Hey everybody, welcome back to RGR Football. My name's Daniel Harms, film analyst here at RGR, and today we have another film room for you guys. Unfortunately, it won't be live because it's just not getting the same views as these are on a regular basis, but I will sprinkle in some live ones so that we actually have a time to interact and things like that, and it's not so long every single week. It doesn't give everybody a chance to really watch it and get into it and engulf themselves in the film review. So that's the reason it's not going to be live every single week. But like I said, maybe for the bye week we'll do a film review live, a couple things throughout the course of the season that have happened, and kind of try to do it that way. So I'll be looking forward to that. I hope you are. And today, like I said, we have a fun one for you. If you guys follow me on Twitter, it's a lot of fun starting off on the offensive line. I know we've had a lot of asks, a lot of questions about maybe doing something with the offensive line. And today I really want to focus on some of the individual plays and the individual players and how they seem to be having more fun with what they're doing, and how this offensive line, specifically individually as well as together, is much more physically dominating as they can be in game. It's so much fun to watch. So let's go ahead and get right in, because I really think you guys are going to enjoy this one. So we start off. It's just, Creed Humphrey, I want you to watch. This is the play that everyone laughed at. Everyone looked at later after the game was over. Just having fun with it. Like, just, he got me. And I'm just got both legs, both hands up in the air, doing what I do because I got to sell the call, guys. Like, I got to sell it. Why'd you hit me? Why'd you hit me? Like, he's just having fun with it. You see everyone else, like, they initially were pointing to the guy. Like, look at this. He's upset about it. Like, why did I do this? This is something that Creed Humphrey does on every single play, too. On a lot of them, anyway. Maybe not every single one of them. But he does it on a good majority of them, where he extends his legs right before he snaps the ball. So he's got basically his knees locked. You're going to see it right here. He's just calling something out. Just saying, yeah, I got it. Back up. His knees locked here. Boom. Just makes a little, it's just a little hesitation. And then, I fell. Oh, he got me so bad. Look at him. He's really just talking to his linebacker here. He's upset about it. Just unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, this is just, he's having fun with it. Creed Humphrey is one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. And this team collectively didn't feel like they were having a lot of fun with it. But when you just see guys take individual plays, like, let's take liberties with it, he knows that all he has to do is kind of move back or even go touch him. But instead, he decides to fall backwards and have some fun with it, where everyone else can kind of have a laugh about it. That tells me that they're getting more comfortable, and that the offensive line is getting comfortable. Individually, you can have these little tiny things, like just having fun with things like that. It's nice to see. It's nice to witness them actually do things like that, play some games here and there, and draw some offsides with some things that they do on a regular basis. So now that we've gotten through the having fun part of Creed Humphrey, let's go to the physical domination nature of Creed Humphrey. This is a play that in and of itself is really, really fun to watch, because Travis Kelce working with the offensive line on a screenplay is just poetry in motion. So there are a couple things we were going to look at. Creed Humphrey is going to be the first, but I want you to notice what Trey Smith and Andrew Wiley do as well. We're going to go back through everything as well, just so you can see it all happening in real time and not just have to miss things like that. So we're going to watch the playthrough, because that's what makes it so everyone knows what they're looking at. And right here, just Creed Humphrey, boom, bye, it sends him flying. That's the kind of physicalness you want from an offensive lineman. So initially, like I said, what you want to watch is this double here. And actually, Andrew Wiley does a really, really good job, okay? I know that he actually had his hands full with Max Crosby a lot, but this double here, he's going to do a very good job of pushing the defensive tackle here into the waiting arms of Trey Smith, and he's going to just throw him into the ground, okay? Physical domination. Of course, Travis Kelce blocking first. I'm going to block, act like he's blocking first. Same with everyone, so you can get that screenplay going. And then this is where the fun begins. We're going to get to see that block much better later, but this right here from Andrew Wiley is very important, okay? Because Jonathan Abram has been sniffing for Travis Kelce all game, so he tries to undercut here and tackle him, and he almost does. But what Andrew Wiley does is very subtle. He's going to just hook him a little bit. We're also going to see that more on the outside play. But that's just boom, taking more appreciation into the physical domination from Creed Humphrey, because that's the thing. Like, yeah, it's a defensive back. We know that. But you're running full speed at him as an offensive lineman. Like, that kind of stuff is fun to watch. So, again, here is that good job of the push from Andrew Wiley, and then you just see him, throw him to the ground. This offensive line is so much more physical than we've seen over the last 3 years. That is so important to the growth of this team. You know, they do a really good job. Like I said, he doesn't hold him. He just slightly hooks him a little bit. And all you need to do as this offensive lineman is make it so he can't go full speed. Okay? Just slow him down. And that's exactly what Andrew Wiley does. Doesn't hold him, just kind of hooks him a little bit. And then you get to finish the play off with more fun from Creed Humphrey. Let's watch it again in full speed just because. Why not? Boom. That's just, I mean, I have fun. I've watched it on a loop for a long time. They're just so much fun. And let's not leave the tackles out. Why not? Let's watch Orlando Brown Jr. here. Very, very important. He's been getting so much more consistent, but it's helped. You know, Patrick Mahomes not getting too deep in the pockets. They're doing much better at setting and using those step drops on time, throwing in a rhythm, and it's allowing Brown to not have to vertical set, as you're going to see here. Sit down. Like, I will label all of these as sit downs in my notes and in my clips. This is just, it's fun because he can just transfer it and he just tells him to sit down. Unfortunately, Mahomes misses this ever so slightly, but yeah, I just like watching them be physically dominating. Like, Andrew Wiley gets beaten pretty badly, but we try to ignore that because it's just what it is. Max Crosby is actually really, really good, and Andrew Wiley's just not have the best day against him. Patrick Mahomes does a good job feeling it, seeing it, but again, watching this block on loop is just also just a lot of fun. Attacks, sit down. Oh, I really wish he would have connected on that one too. And now this is where we get into the twofold of the Chiefs executing in the red zone as well as being a physically dominating offensive line. This is the touchdown to Tyreek Hill, the very first one. One thing before the play goes through, what I want you to notice right here, Patrick Mahomes is signaling out Jonathan Abraham right here, or Abram right here. That's a terrible arrow. I apologize. It's a terrible arrow right here. So typically, safety, but they moved him around a lot. They had him come down a lot and vacate this area. So naturally, they point him out, show, look, the safety's here. That means that Tyreek Hill has all this space to operate with, okay? They want to fake the slant first off. Like I said, before I show the play, the slant is what they want to get to. So let's go ahead and go through it, and then I'm going to show you some intricate parts of the play itself, like the simple fact that, hey, almost real play action, but it's simple. It's getting your best players in best positions to succeed, okay? But watch Trey Smith down here. Just watch Trey Smith. Right here. And sit down. Puts him on his butt and then celebrates. This is so much fun. This offensive line is just, when they're in a rhythm and they can physically dominate a team in the run game and the passing game, they have fun. They get into a groove, and it really allows them to do anything that they want to. And like I said, this route, they want just they just want a little slant, and that's what actually makes Abram stay here, and he sits in this hole a little bit, and then Tyreek's just like, oh, you want me to come this way? I'm just going to come out this way, because they understand, and I think this is one of those options that they have when they see the safety come down like this, and it's just a little quick, hey, show face inside, make him commit, make the linebackers and the safeties think that that's where they're going, and then you can take advantage of that space on the out route. This is where I've wanted the Chiefs to attack more with the out route, okay? They need to do a better job of using the sideline and using the outside parts of the field when they're given to them. So it's definitely nice to see, especially in the red area, you find a guy singled up on Tyreek Hill, essentially. That's always going to be a winning battle for your offense. But using play action a little bit, sucking some of these guys in, and then just manipulating them in actually using the play action properly. That's where I needed to see more. And this is another perfect example of utilizing play action in the red zone, because when you have a run game that, yeah, they're not killing anybody, they're not getting 20, 50-yard gains all the time, but they're effective enough that it's going to draw some attention, okay? So we have another example right here of play action in the red area that creates a play, as well as some guys just missing their communication process. Like, it's super simple. Like that play, it's super simple. What this ends up being is essentially all miscommunication. There's a linebacker here on Tyreek Hill. You're going to have him motion over and then take the play action here. Suck, attention, 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 all to here, because you have Mahomes on the boot action, okay? That automatically draws attention because he does have the ability to get into the end zone. So Tyreek just going to drag himself across the field. But the inability from this linebacker to not create any kind of timing route issues, because if he can hold him up a little bit, then maybe you can get in the passing lane. But he's assuming that you have Abram, you have all these guys back here that will eventually take on that attention from Tyreek Hill. And just, he's assuming that's going to happen, but there's no communication. So the breakdown is really what allows Tyreek Hill to score here, outside of just blatantly not trying to touch him. But again, here's the action, the play action fake here. In. So speed, just go. You don't need anything else on this backside. It's not needed because there's so much space. And utilizing space with play action and getting your players into that open space is something the Chiefs have not done enough of. They haven't done it very well. And now we're seeing more play action, real play action, as much as out of the shotgun that they can. But I saw it way more out of under center as well. And it was executed very well. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be putting out more clips from the game showing the under center play action that is actually working. It's not going to work against every single team, but against aggressive teams like maybe Dallas, who wants to play a little downhill, you might be able to get some of these guys out of position. And the Chiefs did it to the Raiders all night long. Obviously, it helps with some communication busts along the way, but actually utilizing the play action game with, being able to run 5, 6, 7, 8 yards at a time, the perfect marriage. It's what's allowed their offense to actually function in the red zone the last couple weeks. And this game, like I said, they used the play action extremely well. Now, this is something the Chiefs did a lot of in this game. A lot of, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. But we are now at the portion of the Byron Pringle appreciation, all right? Unfortunately, he's not able to get this ball. But there's one thing, specifically, this is 3rd and 10, okay? This is what the Chiefs did a lot of in this game as well that I noticed. They love their 3-by-1 formations, right? With Tyreek Hill out with one side of the 3 receiver set, and then Travis Kelce isolated on the one end. But motioning him now creates a true spread formation. This is something that I noticed in the Eagles game as well, and they were able to utilize their spread formations much more effectively because they typically like to run these 3 receiver sets and flood a specific zone. But if you're playing all these deep zones, and some of these guys are sitting on the underneath routes, you're just flooding it into more zone and more defense, and guys that like to pass each other off. And better defenses, they communicate very well, and they do what's called either zone match or man match. And they're just basically, if a guy crosses your face, you go to him, and then when you send him off into somebody else, it's all about identifying players as they come to you and passing them off. It's all about communication, though. So that's something the Raiders don't do very well, is communicate. So the Chiefs would do this a lot, and it would create a true spread formation, so you have receivers on both sides. So now, what I want you to watch is just Byron Pringle on 3rd and 10 is going to do a very good job of setting up this guy here to think something that he's not going to do. So Like I said, let's watch it first for just Byron Pringle, and then I will break down what he does in depth because it's actually very, very intricate, and it's really nice to see the thought process work out. He creates a lot of separation. Unfortunately, with Andrew Wiley getting beaten so quickly, Patrick Mahomes can't get the throw to him. So here is what he does. Like I said, it's very nice knowing that you're going to have some area here to work with. So what does he do first? What Travis Kelce does a lot when he's faced up with someone in his face, you're going to do a little bit of creating contact, okay? So when you initiate contact, that forces a defensive back to have to go back very quickly and has to go back the way that you tell him to go back. That allows you to break inside and break outside without losing any momentum, and then forces him already to be in a bad position. So he's going to accelerate, create contact, and then act like he's running a slant route to the middle of the field. Okay, so what does that do? It creates a lot of things. Like, so you make that break off of the contact, and that forces now your defensive back to be in a trailing process where he has to catch up. Okay, so his brain is telling him, okay, he's going to the middle, I have to take that angle as well. Okay, and since he's already behind your left shoulder, now you just create more separation. Like, this is a really well executed route, over route from Byron Pringle against man coverage, something that I want to see them use of him more outbreaking, more underbreaking, more crossers, because again, there's the contact, and then that's just little break, the little hitch in the steps creates the separation. If Mahomes is here, this is a touchdown. This is actually like a touchdown because you have attention on Tyreek Hill here. There's no one that can get to this ball fast enough because we know Pringle can run. He's just going to get to that pylon and score. Unfortunately, like I said, you have Andrew Wiley getting beat, and that would have been Byron Pringle scoring 2 touchdowns in this game. And then earlier in the game, Mahomes missed him on a deep throw that he had his guy beat down the field too in single coverage. Byron Pringle was all over this game. Okay, he was literally everywhere. He made a lot of very good grabs. I think he had 4 catches in this game, but he was everywhere. So much fun to watch. Okay, like just a lot of fun to watch. And here he is down at the bottom of your screen, and this is the play that he actually scores on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in motion. Just, I love watching this play. So what I want you to look at here quickly is the Chiefs create a lot of movement on this play just because they have a very good ability to, move offensive linemen and move players around whenever they need to. And they're going to fake this pitch outside, and they're actually going to pull a guard as well, okay? Pull him around so you give the defense a look of, hey, we're going to run it to the outside, okay? So you need to actually flow with it. And then you're going to bring Byron Pringle on what's called a stalk block, and they call it a stalk block because you're kind of like stalking your feet, like imagine a stalker like trying to creep up on somebody. Essentially, that's why they call it a stalk block. You're trying to creep up and get someone in the blind side so you can actually block them and move them out of the way. Okay, so it's all about changing what the defense sees, and they do an excellent job of that on this play here. Again, they're going to bring Creed Humphrey. It wasn't Joe. It was Creed Humphrey out about fake the pitch here, and this is where Byron Pringle comes into play because he's like, I'm going to block you, I'm going to block you, I'm going to block you, and then look, attention down here. Attention's like, I don't know what to do. I'm in no man's land. So Byron Pringle, just can split him. That's what I want to see more of. Bye. This is beautiful. It's beautiful poetry. The way that they're able to move defenses and then attack the areas that are weak. That's something they haven't done a whole lot in this season, honestly. So yeah, this is right what the Chiefs have to continue to do. Make defensive players think that the play is going, look at all these guys. He was going this way, he's going this way, he's going this way. But now they're all trying to catch themselves. Go back this way, go back this way. The ball's coming out, And then it's too late. Perfect ball placement in between 2 defenders. Great job by selling the route from Byron Pringle. And, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So, yeah, This was like a really, really fun game to watch. It was a fun game to break down, and routes like Byron Pringle are running and the way that they're able to create the space. I like I said, I know that the Raiders helped them out a bit with some of their cover 3 looks and some of their single high safety looks. But at the end of the day, you have to execute still. That's something the Chiefs hadn't been doing even when they had the right plays called. And watching them execute at a high level, seeing Byron Pringle get more involved. I know people have a lot of questions about Josh Gordon. I can't answer why he's not getting targeted other than they don't trust him to be in the right spot when he needs to be. That's all I can tell you. There was a couple we all saw the couple missed deep throws on this game. They're getting it back. They are getting more comfortable, and they're getting better in terms of just playing football, not turning the ball over all the time. Obviously, you had the one on the punt return, but they are finally getting it together. And watching the offense execute at that high of a level, it's always fun, but it's even more fun after they've been struggling for weeks. So I do think we're going to see some more of this against the Cowboys, and I think that they can continue playing like this the rest of the season. They have a bye coming up after the Cowboys, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were able to, continue this streak of playing well. It's a tough game against Dallas, so it could be a slugfest. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm really, really excited to watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, you can go ahead and put it down in the chat. We will have Thursday, Chief in the North, Ryan, Seth for you guys on Thursday. Ryan's going to have the game plan video. Going to do a little short one for you on Friday. And then it's almost game time, guys. Let's go. I'm excited. You guys have a great week. Have a great weekend, and go Chiefs.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.